Hello, hello, my beautiful ladies in confident, successful business women. How are you this morning? It is Tuesday morning. We are getting into the week. We are having a fantastic week so far here. How's your week going? Oh, it's so good. I'm coming live today to give you our normal business growth insights training. So just bear with me a sec while I set up to make sure that I can see all your comments and say hello and that there's no echo and that all the tech stuff is happening before I get into delivering some fantastic training for you today. All right, my beautiful ladies, how are you going? So today, we are going to talk about the topic of 5 steps to you having a passion-filled business. So let me just share my screen so we can talk through all of this exciting information that I have for you today. Okay, so before I go into this topic, I want you to ask yourself a few questions. You know I love to give you a little bit of a challenge right from the start. First of all, recognize now we should all have had, we've all got some reason why we started our business. I know I do, and I've run several businesses, not just this one. So what I want you to think of is why you started your business. Was it to create an income for yourself? Was it to help support your family? Did you do it as a side hustle because it was something that you thought was really interesting? Or it was to help again with that family income? Did you start a business because you really, really wanted to be your own boss? Or was it something else? Whatever it was, maybe it was a bit of all of the above. So whatever it was, that is part of your why you started in business. But let's go a little bit deeper straight away. And let me ask you, was there some kind, or what was the underlying passion in you starting this particular business? So we're going to look at today into how to have a passion-filled business and how to keep that passion alive through all the ups and downs of business. Because if you've been, like me, I've been in business for a little while now, and I know that a lot of the ladies in this group have. But whether you're starting, whether you've been in business for a while, whatever it is, whatever your situation is, there are ups and downs all the time in business. So just as there are in life, they happen in business. So we're going to talk about how to have and continue to have a passion-filled business that is going to be able to create and give you the success that you really can have. So step number 1 is understanding your passion. So let me ask you that question again. Why? What was your why? Why have you started your business? And so think about, and what was, do you have a passion for that business? What is your underlying passion for that business? And the reason I ask this question is because it's really important that we understand the passion, because we can take that passion and turn the passion into the business, right? That's what we're here to do. If you're joining me, say hi. If you're watching the replay, pop #replay so I can come and reply to your comments and say hi. I love to say hi. So when you recognize what your passion is, and you can then go out and portray that passion in business, people will find you attractive, right? They will see that passion, but more importantly, they'll feel that passion. So it's one thing to go and look passionate about what you do, but when you have that really deep understanding of your passion for your business, they are going to feel it, and they're going to be drawn to it naturally. The right people are going to be drawn to you. So think about, again, what is your passion? What is your drive behind your business? What's your passion in doing it? And how are you talking about this business? How are you talking about it to other people? Because if you think about it, if you put yourself out there, and this is what I used to do when I was a virtual assistant, and I use this example a lot because it's a really good example for someone who went into business but didn't really have a passion for what I was doing at the time. I did not have a passion as a virtual assistant. My reason for doing that business was simply to make money. So I didn't have a passion. It was just because I had to. Okay. So when I was talking about my VA business, I was like, yeah, I'm a VA. Oh, yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I really love it. That's like, and so, yeah, it's okay for me to say that I really love it, but I really didn't love it. And when I said that, it came across. However, now the difference is when I talk about my business now, I talk about the Heart and Soul Business Academy and how I help beautiful ladies build and create successful businesses for themselves. I love it, and it really is a passion of mine. It's a passion for me to see to see and help other ladies get passionate about their own businesses. So it's a whole different thing. So recognize what your passion is. Now, also, when you do recognize what it is, it will help give you natural motivation. So this passion, and it doesn't help you, it automatically gives you motivation. It automatically gives you that a massive drive to work towards what you want to achieve, those dreams and those goals that you have in your business. And it gives you motivation to create that success. I have this huge, what do we call them? Hairy audacious goals, I think we call them. A huge goal that I am going to achieve in my business. Notice my words there. I didn't say I might. I said I am going to achieve in my business. It's a huge goal. And because I'm passionate about my business, I am going to reach it. And I'm going to have that success. And this is what I love. I can always tell when I'm speaking to ladies, someone who doesn't quite have that passion that that they need to have to make their business a success, because it's all about, are they really motivated? And so this is a challenge to you too. If you're not feeling the motivation, go back again to your why. What's your why in business? Are you passionate enough about it? And if you're not, how can you create that passion? We're going to talk through some more of those points today. Now, going on from that, so people will find you attractive, so recognize your why. Passion gives you natural motivation. And what it also does, it gives you the motivation to succeed long term, right? And keep going. It gives you the passion to enable long-term success. Because I mentioned this a little bit before, right? We have up and down moments in business, and sometimes things won't go the way that we want them to go, right? And this happens to me, just as it happens to everybody else. But when we have this passion, right, being motivated and passionate, it can help us through those tough times. So we can draw on that passion, we can draw on that motivation. So the passion that we have in our business and our why will allow and help us to enable that long-term success. Can you see where I'm going? So understanding your passion and why you're in business is so very important. Now, number 2 is passion translates to success. So we're going a little bit deeper into that last one, but passion translates into success. So do what you love what you do. So, this is your opportunity to create something amazing for yourself and for your family, and go back to that why. You're doing it for your family, your children, leave legacy, whatever it is. I personally do all of those, as well as to help the ladies that I help. So take the opportunity that you have A, been given, and B, that you've created for yourself, and well done for that. This is a brave thing to do, and run with it. Embrace this fabulous opportunity that you have, not only to create something for yourself, but to help other people. Every single business out there is helping some other person in some way, shape or form, whether it is delivering a service, whether it is selling particular products, whatever it is. Hey, beautiful Tricia, lovely to have you joining us. Mwah! So take the opportunity and embrace it and run with it. This is your time to do something that you love, and take that passion, translate it into success. This is a really good one. I really love this. Dream big, but start small. Okay, so Everyone starts somewhere in business. And sometimes, like I did when I started this particular business, I thought I had to have everything set up. A couple of years ago, I thought I had everything set up. I had to go out there and, earn the thousands and thousands of dollars straight away. But that wasn't going to happen because I had this, like I said, I've got this huge goal that I want to create, but I needed to start with what I had. So start where you are now, and it might seem small, but remember that every little step that you're taking is getting you one step closer to that dream and that goal that you want to achieve and that you will achieve. Again, using my words, not want to, you will achieve. And so following on from that, focus on your strengths. So even though, yes, you might be, you're putting these, little steps, you're taking these little steps each day, or they might be big steps depending on what the steps you're taking, but you're taking steps each day. And so the first thing to do is focus on your strengths. What are your strengths? What can you use and what can you take to put into place right now? Use those strengths. And this is what I love when my Heart and Soul Academy girls, they ask me, well, I don't know where to start, Ali. Where do I start? It's like, okay, so what comes naturally to you first? Let's do that. And so, if someone is a natural talker, or if someone's very, very good at copywriting, it's like, you know what? Great. If you love writing articles, start a blog and put it out there. Don't just write the blog, but then go and share it with the world. Advertise it. Put it out there. Tell everybody what you're doing. Get them to then go and read your blog, if that's a strength. For me, I recognize that a strength is talking. My strengths are talking. So when I started as a coach, I didn't have any experience as a coach. But I really wanted to do it. So I had to start with what I had, and I have a talent, a knack, if you didn't already know, for talking. Like, I love to talk. I can talk the leg off a chair. So, I started to do speaking gigs. I started to go and ask people if I could speak at their meetups. And that was where my first clients came from. And, I'd put together a presentation, had no idea what I was doing. I just used the strength that I had, and it worked. So when you're dreaming, you never lose sight of that big goal. That's your passion. That's something you're working towards. But start where you can right now. What are your strengths? What can you use right now? Also, building on that, stepping into your fears. Do you think it was easy for me to just go to a meetup and do my very first speaking gig? I was petrified, absolutely wetting myself. But can I tell you, I actually got my very first client from my very first meetup that I did, because I was passionate about what I was speaking to. And I didn't actually, and this particular lady, she messaged me and said to me, I need your help. So taking into account everything we've said so far, I had a passion for what I was doing. She felt it. She not only saw it, but she felt it. I took a strength that I knew that I had. I put myself out there, and I stepped into that fear of being petrified of doing that speaking gig, and got a client from it. So when you do what you love and you love what you do, that passion will absolutely translate into success. Number 3, keep the passion. Now, as I've mentioned, business goes up and down. If you haven't, I have a fear to fear business journey. There's a business journey that we all go on, where we start off quite afraid because we feel like we don't know what we're doing, and there's that imposter syndrome. And then the more success you have, the more passion that builds, and the more, and it spirals up into a feeling of feeling fierce and unstoppable in your business. But it's not always a straight up line. It's kind of up and down all the time. So we need to keep the passion. So don't overcomplicate things. I use the analogy the KISS method, right? And it stands for keep it simple, stupid, but I don't like the word stupid. So I change it to keep it simple, sister, because we're sisters. We're all sisters in this group. So don't overcomplicate things. Don't try to do too many things all at once, fingers in all the pies. Again, stick to what you're able to do at the time, especially if maybe you are, you're starting a business, and I want to use the word side, I want to use the term side hustle, but I don't. For instance, if you're working full time and you're getting a business off the ground, and you're doing that at night when you can, obviously you'd want to keep it as simple as you can and not make it complicated, because you've got to fit that in. But make sure that you do daily actions, like you keep doing your daily actions. So again, those small steps, doing something in your business that's going to help you create a success. So don't overcomplicate it. If it's like doing a 5 to 10 minute live on social media somewhere, go and do it. If it's, posting in 4 or 5 groups a day, do that. Don't overcomplicate it. And so you remember, I've spoken about before, a really simple sales funnel, where up the top is where your social media, where you're getting everybody's eyes on you. That's these little steps that you're doing each day. If you have a goal that you want to book maybe 2 sales calls a day, a week, a day, whatever it is, whatever. If it's 2 a day, fantastic. If you have that goal, when can you fit them in? So you're seeing all your people up the top. They're being drawn into wanting to know more because of your passion. And then once you have that opportunity to speak to them, then they're becoming paying clients, or they're buying your product. So we don't want to overcomplicate it. Stick to what you're able to do at what time. If you can do more, then add more. But still keep it as simple as you can. Embrace new opportunities as they arise, right? This is exciting. Opportunities will arise, and sometimes we will go, oh my God, crap. Something's come my way, and do I really want to do it? I'm scared to say yes. And then you say yes and something amazing happens. I do this all the time. And this, you know what this is? This is the universe, or God, giving you a gift. Because what you are saying by putting yourself out there passionately, is the universe saying, oh, I can see that Trisha is ready. I can see that Trisha's ready for these new opportunities, so I'm going to put something in front of her. Now, you have a choice. You can embrace it and say yes, or you can say, no, thank you, not right now. Think of what you're missing if you don't embrace that opportunity. And I love it when I have my clients come to me and they say that they had this opportunity to upsell, and they had this opportunity to create a new product and all these type of things, and they're embracing the opportunity. It's scary. It can be bloody scary, but when you embrace it, wonderful things happen. And this is actually starting to happen for me at the moment, right? It's happening all the time, but more. I've been invited to my 3rd summit this year to speak on. And I've spoken at 1 summit before. I didn't do as good a job as I could have. And am I scared? Shit, yeah. But 3 opportunities have presented themselves. So am I going to say no to them? Absolutely not. I'm going to take them. I'm going to embrace it, because the universe is telling me that I'm ready for this. So I'm going for it. And I want you to do exactly the same thing. Embrace your opportunities. Now, view failure as a challenge. Again, I don't like the word failure. Failures are challenges. They're lessons that we can learn from. So I just mentioned when I spoke at my first summit, I didn't do the best job that I could have done. I didn't do a crappy job, but I didn't do the best job either. So I've learned from that now. So when I go into these next ones, I'm going to embrace what I have learnt and improve it for the next time. So what's something that, maybe you have something that's maybe not gone your way in your business? Don't see it as a failure. What can you slightly change that's going to be able to help you go back to that passion? And so we're always going back to our why. Always. Why are you in business? So when you have something that doesn't go your way, always go back to your why. I'm here to help women build their businesses. Who are you here to help in your business? Number 4, give yourself space. Oh my goodness, this is so important, and something that it took me a long time to learn myself, and something that I see not enough business owners doing this. So, business is not 24/7. We are all human. So, and I'm gonna put this in perspective, right? Okay, so yes, just like when we have children, businesses are always there. So when we have kids, kids are always there. But we still need to take a break from them too. Like I know with my kids when they were little, sometimes I just needed to ship them off to grandma's to have a day with grandma so I could have a break. We all need to do that. You know, send them out with dad for the day. We all need to have a break from, just like children, we need to have a break from our businesses too. So when you say that you're out of the office, be out of the office. And this means, you know, when you're having a lunch break, have a lunch break. When you switch off for the day, switch off for the day. And even as I say this is an area where I still need improvement. When you're on holidays, be on holidays. So it's really important. Business doesn't have to be 24/7. Space for breathing, exactly, Parme. And we all need to just go, oh, when we breathe. When we do have that space, amazing things happen. When we allow that space, incredible things happen. And I was speaking to a friend of mine, Lucia, sometime last week, and she has just been on holidays, and she said to me, while I was on holidays, all these amazing downloads came. And I've dug into that, and I'm having holidays in a couple of weeks' time. And I'm really looking forward to my holidays for several reasons, because I'm looking forward to having a break, because, you know, it's midway through the year, and it's time for a break. But what I'm really looking forward to is being able to unclutter my brain and look forward to these ideas and these downloads coming. And I know this will happen because it actually happens to me already on the weekends, when I most of the time, not all of the time, but when I switch off, you know, for the weekend, most of the time I'll switch off on a Friday night, and then I have Saturday, Sunday off. Occasionally I'll work on a Saturday morning, and I'm fine with that. But when I'm out of the office, my door is shut, I'm out of the office. And what I find amazing is you just let your brain relax for a little while, and then I find what happens is I won't even be thinking about something, and then this idea will pop into my head for my business, and I go, oh my God, that's brilliant. What do? We write it down so you can come back to it later when you are working again in your business. And then you can put it into action. But then once you've written it down, you go back again to being out of the office, right? Having that rest, giving yourself that space. I cannot stress this enough. It is so important. So space helps you clear the mind, ready for creative ideas. And also, while you're taking well-deserved time off, there are still ways to remain visible in your business. And I teach a lot of these ways in the Heart and Soul Business Academy to my girls. And I watch them, you know, go off and have their weekends and put things into place. So there are ways to remain visible. So some simple ways you can do that is schedule your posts where possible. You know, pop replays on, or, you know, I know that when I go on holidays, normally I will come every week and I will do these trainings, but I don't want you girls to have to miss out just because I choose to go on holidays. So I'm going to still have some kind of content that you beautiful ladies can come and watch. You can maybe hire a virtual assistant. Or if you can't hire a virtual assistant just yet, ask a friend to help you out. Just say, look, you know, would you mind, you know, posting a couple of things on social media while I'm off on holidays? If you can't do that, there's one other thing, and I used to actually do this. It was a couple of Christmases ago. This is what I did. So you can still be on holidays, but you can still remain visible. But you're putting boundaries in place. So if you need to do your social media while you're on holidays, give yourself a set time and pick maybe 10 to 20 minutes only during that day where you're going to turn on the computer, you're going to do what you need to do, post away, and then switch it off and put it away and don't worry about it. This is what I did a couple of Christmases ago. So I would get up, I would take it a little bit slowly because I was on holidays. I wouldn't, make sure, I wouldn't say I've got to start at a certain time. It was when I did it. But I would do my posting on social media. I would, I would do maybe 10 or 20 minutes of replying or whatever I needed to do on social media. Then and here's the thing, here's another trick. I didn't turn my main computer on. It was my laptop because I still didn't go into my office. When that 10 to 20 minutes was over, I shut it down and I did not go back to it until the next day. So there's ways that there's always a way that you can give yourself space, but there's always a way that while you're giving yourself space, you can still remain visible. So your business is still running. And number 5 is be passionate about having connections. So every successful businesswoman, behind every successful businesswoman is a tribe of other successful women who have her back. So be open to accountability, right? Surround yourself with people who've got your back and you've got their back, and you're all willing to support each other, share the love, and not just share the love, but be accountable. That when the day I hired a business coach, was the best day of my life, because I was not yet, before that, I wasn't ready to hold myself accountable to someone who'd gone there and been there and done it before me and done it successfully. But when I opened myself up to that accountability, it was kind of like, it wasn't like having a boss, but it was like, I knew that she was there to encourage me. So it was like, okay, so I've got to do, I haven't done this today and I haven't got to, some of my clients, when I challenge them and hold them accountable, they'll be going, what would Ali say? And I love that, because what that says is that they want to be held accountable. So surround yourself with ladies who have your back. Whether it's a friend, whether it's a business coach or a business colleague, whoever it is, but be open to that accountability, because it is a powerful tool. Again, we don't have to do it alone. Have a culture of collaboration. The saying "we're all in this together" has been a little bit overused in the last couple of years, but nevertheless, it's true, right? I did a whole training last week on collaborating, on the power of collaboration in business and how you can do it. If you want to do that, if you want to check out that training, you can find it in the guides. But the power and the culture of collaboration will, again, it helps you, especially if you're collaborating with someone in business, right? This will help you accountable very much so. So if you're, I'm trying to think of an example. So, I have run shows with other people and, been held accountable. Well, did you do what you said you would do this week? Or, Ali, and, other person, did you see what you said you were going to do, Sarah? And if we didn't, it would be challenging each other. Well, why not? And we need this done by a certain time. So that was the accountability, but it was the collaboration that we both knew that when we worked together, we were creating something amazing. So culture of collaboration is so important. And, whenever you're unsure, ask for growth, seek growth, seek that assistance that you need. Never be afraid to ask for that assistance. Like I said, every successful businesswoman has someone behind her who has her back. So never be afraid to ask for that passionate support. When you get that support, and especially when you're feeling like your passion is waning, then you can go to that person, that supportive person, and they can hold you up for that little bit when you need it. This is what I did with my business coach when I was thinking about quitting my whole entire business last year. She held me, she lifted me up, and she helped me get back to where I am now. So if you're unsure, if you're feeling that your passion is waning, go to a passionate connection who is going to lift you up and support you. So ask for that guidance, seek that support. So I'd like to offer you some passionate support today, because I'm very excited about this. So I'm offering 5 spots only this week for 30-minute laser focus coaching sessions for anyone to have in their business. I've got 5 spots, so that's it. My beautiful assistant, Parme, is going to put a link in the comments at the moment where you can you know, book your spot to have this laser focused coaching session. And really, trust me, there is a lot that we can look at in 30 minutes time. So I'm from my heart, I'm offering this support to the beautiful ladies in this group this week. So I've got 5 spots, 30-minute spots this week that I'd love to have the opportunity to chat with you and help you grow your business. See where, you know, where your passion is at in your business. So if you would like to book a call, Parme, my beautiful Parme, has just put the link in the comments for you. Click on that link, book in a time, let's have a chat. And I honestly can't wait to hear about your business and help you with your passion in your business as well. All right, my beautiful ladies. Oh, look at that, 10 o'clock, dead on time. Damn, I'm on fire today. All right, my beautiful ones. I hope you've enjoyed this business growth insights training. Look forward to chatting to those lucky 5 ladies who book in for their laser focused coaching session this week. And I will see you again next week for another training. All right, bye everybody.